Okay, so we got a Craftsman, and customer asked me to sharpen the blades. And when I went underneath there to sharpen the blades, the first thing I noticed was these were just flopping around. They weren't even tight. And I'll explain more about that in a minute. But then when you look at the blade itself, it's rounded, which means these blades are totally wore out. That rounding means that it's, you know, been sand and different things have been picked up and wears it out over time. It should be square like that. So pretty obvious difference, I think. So there was only 2 blades on it, and it's a 3-blade system, and one of the blades was completely missing along with the bolt that holds it in. I took the 2 blades off, and one of them, the bolt here, is they misthreaded it. It's stripped. So that was really difficult to get out. Good thing I had the impact wrench. And then the last thing that I noticed was on 2 of the spindles, the ones with the blades still attached, they were just wobbling around. When you turned on the mower, it just ding. So I'm sure somebody's going to make fun of the sound effect. But when you on some of these star patterns, that was rounded off, or nearly rounded off, I should say. So when you're looking at your blade, you want that blade to go inside the star pattern like that. But if it's dangling around, or if you just don't put it on correctly, it'll round off. So let's get the deck off first. Okay, so we're at the front of the mower, so we're going to take out these pins here at the front. So the pin on this one's going to be on the inside. So then both sides drop down. Then we got a pin bolt over here on the back. And then we'll go to the other side and take off the pin on the back over there. Okay, not sure I got it on camera, but there was a pin here also, so I just took that out and dropped that down. And then we'll take off the belt, the PTO belt. And now we're gonna jack up the front ends to make it a lot easier to slide this out. Okay, so on Craftsman you have a stabilizing bar also. It keeps it from moving back and forth. Now, a lot of times this bracket will be broke, and I've welded a few of them. But you can buy a new bracket also. So we're gonna take out this pin to get the stabilizing bar off. Now it should just slide out. Okay, so now I'm going to take these covers off, and then I'm going to take it over and wash it with the pressure washer. Okay, so I got it washed up a bit. You might be able to tell how bad some of these belts are. Just huge gashes. This gash right here, oh yeah, it's probably 2 inches long, 3 inches long, 3 fingers. So we got to get those belts changed. I took a picture of the belts. These are 2 belts, so we'll take that top one off. This one is the PTO belt, and the bottom one's the drive belt, deck drive belt. So we got to get that spring off. I'll take this spring off also. Okay, so this belt goes underneath that spring. Okay, so now we're going to take off the pulleys. It is a good idea to have an impact wrench when you're doing this. I've done it without before. It's difficult. Okay, so since we're replacing this spindle, it doesn't matter if we mess up the threads. So bearings are bad on that as well. Okay, if you were just replacing the bearings on this instead of replacing the spindle itself, you would want to put penetrating oil on this, on these bolts here. But since we're just replacing it, it comes with new bolts. And I will verify that just to make sure, so we don't break these off, because these will probably break off. Wow, we're lucking out. Usually they break off. That's great. Well, that one broke right there. Okay, so hopefully you can see that has rounded off. That's the star pattern. There's rocks in it too. Look at that bearing, it's pretty bad shape. Okay, so we're going to take this other one off. This is another bad one. The bearings don't sound too bad in that. That one broke. Broke. We got to put this back here. Broke. So I guess maybe that penetrating helped on the last one. That one we're okay with. Okay, so again, hopefully you can see that one's rounded off. So to kind of give you a comparison. Okay, so we're going to put this ring on like that, and then we're going to bring it through here. Put our bolts back in. This one, we had a bracket we got to put on. Had to switch out to a deep well because the grease zerk is there. I bought these by accident. They're handy. This is why it's always good to take a picture. It didn't look right. That looks right. Now I know a lot of people say don't bother greasing these bearings because they're sealed, but the thing is there's a gap in between the top bearing and the bottom bearing, and water can get in there. Okay, so I'm going to loosen the locking bolt so we can get that pin in there. Okay, let's try to put the belt on now. I'm gonna have to do it off camera, but what I'm gonna do is just walk it around because the camera's in the way. So I'm just gonna walk it around by turning the PTO as I feed the belt on. Okay, so we're gonna put the blade on, but we're gonna make sure that we align up the stars and that our blade is pointing down and the fan is pointing up. So when you get this on here, we'll make sure it kind of locks in place. Turn it, make sure it clears everything. Okay. So I'll put on the other two blades on off camera. So that's all there is to changing spindles and belts on a Craftsman lawnmower. So if you click this up next box, it'll take you to a video where I was working on something. So hope this video helps you work on your equipment under the shade tree. Thanks for watching.